What does the leading cause in rainforest deforestation have in common with high cholesterol? What does the leading cause in greenhouse gas emission have in common with an increased risk of cancer? The common theme for all four of these statistics is eating meat, which is why I want to share with you today why Americans should eat less meat. The research that I've done on this topic has dramatically changed my perspective, and in January of 2016, I became vegan. But don't worry, I'm not asking you to make that lifestyle change. However, I do believe that eating less meat and the information that I'm going to share with you today will show you how eating less meat will let you be healthier and have a healthier world to live in. I want to share with you why Americans should eat less meat, the problem, the solution, and the benefits. First, in order to be able to understand why we need to eat less meat, we have to know what the problem is. One of the problems with eating a lot of meat are health issues. There's a wide variety and lots of different ones, but the two I want to focus on today are high cholesterol and the increased risk of cancer. Meat and dairy and eggs all contain lots of saturated fats, and saturated fats lead to high cholesterol. High cholesterol is the leading cause of heart disease, and heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States. So we can see how this is a problem. Another part of the problem with eating a lot of meat and the health concerns are the increased risk of cancer. The World Health Organization has stated that processed meat is a known carcinogen and it causes cancer. A carcinogen is something that causes cancer, and it increases your risk of cancer by 18%. You can also see on this chart that red meats have been classified as possibly causing cancer. And the reasons for this are that when we cook meat, it can create carcinogenic compounds that you then ingest. There are no anti-carcinogenic properties of meat that you would get if you eat plants. Lots of plants are anti-carcinogenic, and there are lots and lots of extra hormones that are pumped into meat that you then ingest, and hormone imbalance can cause cancer. This is the problem with eating a lot of meat as it pertains to health, but also the other part of the problem is that it impacts our environment. The two leading problems that I want to talk to you today about the problem with the environment is deforestation and greenhouse gas emission. One Green Planet says that 70% of rainforest deforestation can be contributed to cattle ranching. So the rainforest is being cut down so that cattle can graze, and also so they can raise the crops that they need to feed the cattle. Greenhouse gas emissions caused by animal agriculture are higher than the emissions for all methods of transportation combined. So it's pretty mind-boggling to me that all planes, trains, trucks through the entire globe do not emit as many greenhouse gases as the animal agricultural industry. Gases such as carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, and methane. I want to talk a little bit about methane gas. Animal agriculture is the largest source of methane gas emissions. And this makes sense because one cow can emit 60 to 182 gallons of methane gas in a day. Comparing that to your car, which can only hold about 16 gallons of gas, that's an insane amount of gas. And the problem with methane gas is that it traps that heat in our atmosphere. Now that we understand what the problem is with eating a lot of meat, we need to take a look at the solution. The second part of understanding why Americans need to eat less meat is knowing what that solution is. The solution is pretty simple: eat less meat. However, it's also an extremely effective solution. I'm sorry. International Livestock Research Institute took a look at how much meat Americans eat, and they showed that the average American eats 270 pounds of meat a year. And I did the math, and that's about 12 ounces a day. In contrast, the USDA and the American Institute for Cancer Research recommend that the daily amount that you should, or the recommended amount is 12 to to 8 ounces a week. So you can see the discrepancy in the average amount that we're consuming, which is 12 ounces a day, and the recommended amount. If we all just adhered to the recommended amount, it would have dramatic impacts for us in our health and our environment. Main question that people ask is, if you're not going to eat meat, where are you going to get your protein? Which leads to the second part of the solution: eat more plants and plant-based protein sources. American Journal of Clinical Nutrition did a study with 3,000 people ages 19 to 72, and the results were that there were no significant differences in musculoskeletal health between eating plant-based proteins and meat-based proteins, which shows that you will be able to have as much protein as you need to have a healthy life from plant-based sources. But it's important to know where to get your plant-based protein. The main plant-based protein sources are beans and legumes, soy, tofu, soy milk, tempeh, leafy green veggies and dark green veggies such as spinach and broccoli, nuts and seeds, and quinoa. Now that you know the solution, we can understand what the benefits are. The third part of the reason why we need to eat less meat are the benefits. The benefits lead back to the problems. We go back to the problems. What were some of the main problems? Problems with our health. That's the same benefit as eating less meat. That we get the same benefit. In health, we also see, if we improve our health, If we eat less meat, we improve our health, and the benefits are that we would live better, healthier lives and have a decreased risk of cancer and cholesterol. We spend a lot of money in our culture on trying to live longer and feel better and look younger. And science shows that we can do all of these things by simply eating less meat. Another benefit is that we get the benefits of the environment. We reduce our greenhouse gases. The greenhouse gases are what are trapping the heat in our environment and contributing to global warming. We also, if we stop rainforest deforestation, then we prevent the loss of any more trees, and that benefits us because cutting down trees prevents the ability to clean our air, because trees convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. In closing, I have shared with you why Americans should eat less meat, the problem, the solution, and the benefits. I totally get it. It's a sacrifice to eat less meat, and in Oklahoma, it's far from normal. It's harder work, and it might be your favorite thing to eat. But let's face it, whoever said making the right choice was easy? But the sacrifice in this case is minimal compared to the benefits. I want to leave you with this quote. We need to eat in a way that nourishes you without starving the planet. Neil Zacharias. Thank you.